Hi class. So today we're going to talk about Social Security and Medicare taxes. The Federal Insurance Contribution Act, FICA, requires employers to deduct a percent of your income as taxes for Social Security to pay for retirement and disability benefits, and Medicare, which provides medical insurance. The Social Security tax rate is 6.2%, so that's something that's really important that you need to know, and is paid on the first $97,500 income. So that number is an old number. So I'm just going to do a little highlighting. So again, the 6.2% is correct. Cross out 97.5, and currently for 2020, the current rate is $137,700. Okay, so you pay 6.2% into Social Security, which again pays for retirement and disability benefits, up to $137,700 of your gross income. Okay, the Medicare tax rate is 1.45%, and there's no limit on your earnings. So whether you make $40,000, $140,000, or $2 million, you will always pay into Medicare. Your employer must contribute an amount that equals your contribution. So when you do get a job, when you look at your statement or your pay stub, you'll see that you have Social Security and Medicare removed. One's at 6.2%, 1.45%. When you look at your benefits, you'll notice an equal amount coming out for Social Security and Medicare. So since I pay 6.2%, my employer must also pay 6.2%. Same thing with Medicare. I pay 1.45, they also pay 1.45. Now, if you're employed by yourself, so I know a lot of you say you want to be your own boss, so you want to be self-employed. Well, if you're self-employed, you have to pay both. So that would mean you pay 12.4% for Social Security, and you would pay 2.9% into Medicare. So that's something to keep in mind if you are self-employed. Okay, so the federal government uses Social Security to pay for retirement and disability benefits, and Medicare provides health insurance for those 65 and older. So typically once you retire, once you hit 65, then you can sign up for Medicare. So your tax withheld, just to review this, is your gross pay times your tax rate. Okay. Just a little bit more information on Social Security. There are 3 videos in your Unit 2 folder, and they're at the bottom. Those go into more detail with Social Security and Medicare, and those are things that you should watch to inform yourself a little bit more on it versus just this lesson. So, like I said, we know Social Security provides retirement income. It also provides income for persons who are disabled who can no longer work, survivors' benefits for the dependents of a worker who dies, and medical costs for persons covered by Medicare. So this is something that's interesting. The money you contribute is not yours, but the government knows how much you have paid. Each month, a percent of a paycheck is withheld for Social Security. So that's what's a little weird to get your head wrapped around. The money is not yours. You pay in, but they know exactly how much you have paid in. So let's look at this example. Riley's gross biweekly pay as a manufacturing parts inspector is $728. His earnings to date for the total year is $26,208. What amount does his employer deduct from his pay this pay period for Social Security taxes? What are his Medicare taxes? What is the total deductions? And his earnings to date are less than $137,700. Okay, and again, the reason we mention this part here is because with Social Security, once you go over that, you're not paying into Social Security anymore. Okay, so we're gonna do each of them separately. So Social Security. So I know his earnings to date are $26,208, and his biweekly pay is $728. So I just want to know what is his total deductions for this pay period. So he has $728, and for Social Security that's 6.2%. So I'm going to times this by 0.602, and I get $45.14. So that's how much I have for Social Security. Now to find Medicare. Okay, so again, his gross pay is $728. For Medicare, it's 1.45%, so that's 0.0145. When I multiply that, I get $10.56. Okay, so they want to know what is the total deduction. So my total, I would just add those two together, and I get a total of $55.70. So if you have a job, you can check to make sure that your Social Security is 6.2% and your Medicare is 1.45. So here's example 2. So if you're at home following along, this is where you should pause the video and try to do this question yourself to see how you do on it. Welcome back. So let's see how you did. Brittany is a computer technical support analyst. She makes $3,100 a month. Her earnings to date are $15,500. What amount is withheld for Social Security, Medicare, and total deductions for the year? So exact same as we just did. Okay, so she gets $3,100 a month. So I'm going to go ahead and take $3,100. And again, Social Security is at 6.2%, which is 0.062. Multiplying that together, I get $192.20. Okay, and remember, this is for her paycheck. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do Medicare. So again, her gross is $3,100, and Medicare is 1.45%, so 0.0145. I multiply that together, I get $44.95. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. They want to know what amount is withheld for the year. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add those two up. So I'm going to take 192.2 plus 44.95. So here is going to be my total. I'm going to put this, because this is my pay period, so pay period is $237.15. Now I want to know for the year, well, Brittany gets paid per month, so that means I'm going to times this by 12 to get how much she's deducted for the year. So for the year, that's $2,845.80. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this last example. Dylan, a manager at Spitfire, has a total of $497.25 deducted from his monthly paycheck for Social Security and Medicare taxes. What is his monthly salary? Okay, well, let's think about this. I know for my total deductions, to get that was my Social Security deductions plus my Medicare equaled the total. And how we figured out that Social Security, I took my monthly salary, or any salary that we have. In this case, it is monthly. Well, we don't know our monthly salary, so a good variable for that is X. And then we times it by our rate. Well, remember, Social Security is 6.2%, so I'm times it by 0.062, plus Medicare. And remember, Medicare is your gross amount times 1.45%. Again, we don't know our gross, so I'm going to put that as X times 0.0145 equals our total. Well, we know the total was $497.25. Well, now we just have to solve for X. So I'm going to add these two up. When I add them, I get 0.0765X equals 497.25. Well, if I divide by 0.765, I end up getting 6,500. So that would be his monthly salary before deductions. If you have any questions, feel free to join me in office hours, ask me in class, or send me a message.